Hello everybody, in today's episode, we're back from Winning Lifestyles to show you step by step how to open your Roth IRA through Fidelity. Now, I can relate. I spent months trying to figure out the right brokerage, and when I finally settled on Fidelity, I ended up waiting an extra few weeks because I had no idea what to expect with the application. I didn't know how long it would take. I didn't want to mess anything up. I didn't want to accidentally click one button, and next thing I knew, my entire retirement savings, whatever, all the money that I had accumulated, which honestly wasn't that much, would just go down the toilet. So when I actually dived in and tried to figure it out, it was a lot easier than I thought. It's way faster than going to some bank and sitting in there and having somebody walk you through. It took me seriously no longer than 10 minutes to get everything set up and put it in and link all my accounts so that I can quickly transfer money if I ever needed to. And yes, we're gonna be going through it line by line to show you exactly what you're gonna see page by page so that you don't feel lost as you take this first step in your journey to investing and building wealth for the future. Let's all be rich together. So here we go. Alrighty, and we're here. So let's go ahead and get started. As soon as you go to fidelity.com, just go ahead and up on the top, it says open account. Go ahead and click on that. And you'll see that up top here are all the accounts for retirements. There's some for brokerages and there's some for education and a bunch of other stuff too. Eventually we'll make a video for those ones, but today I just want to focus in on the Roth IRA. Now, just to make sure that you know what the requirements are and that you qualify for it. Remember that what the Roth IRA does is allows you to contribute after-tax money so that you can put it into the account and let it grow tax-free. So when you take it out at retirement, you don't have to pay any taxes on it. And the great thing about Roth IRAs are there are no age limits. All you need to do is have earned income, which means you just have to have some sort of a job. There are a lot of different ways that you can do this. And also that the Fidelity version of the Roth IRA doesn't have any fees or costs to opening it. There is no minimum balance and you can close it anytime. No fees at all for opening, closing, annual maintenance, none of that stuff. And trading fees are completely zero. Most brokerages now in 2020 are just like that. So don't stress too much about that. I do want to note though, that the Roth IRA, like we mentioned before, it needs to be open for at least 5 years before you can take money out. So that means that even if you hit the age requirement of 59 and a half, if you started opening it too late, like at 59, then you still can't pull money out without paying any penalties. So that's why you want to get started today. And also that even though there are no commissions for trades, they do have it right here in bold that you may pay money if you're selling stuff in your account, anywhere from like a penny to 3 pennies per $1,000 in principal. It's rather negligible and a lot of brokerages do have this fee going around. So that's just something to keep in mind, that it's essentially the same thing. But let's go ahead and dive in and open our Roth. So you can go ahead and click the Open Roth button here, and you want to open and manage it yourself. So go ahead and click on that, and then you'll get to this page. And once you're here, it'll basically ask you if you have a Fidelity account already, if you've already had stuff with Fidelity before. And if you have, you can go ahead and sign in. Maybe it's like through your 401k through work or something, and you can keep it all in one account. Or if you want to just create something completely new, go ahead and click no, and then start entering all of your information. So right here, we just go ahead and input some information. And then we go ahead and click, let's get started. So once you're here, it starts to autofill some information, and then you got to add your social security number into that. So make sure you have it handy. And then make sure you have some basic stuff like your birthday. We're just going to put a placeholder one here, and phone number, but yeah, you know the drill. All right, so once you get this far, the next part of the application is just putting in your address. So again, nothing fancy, nothing new. And then you click next. All right, so after hitting next, you're gonna get here to this page that asks about your employment information. Make sure that you note whether you're employed, retired, or whatever. Typically you're gonna be employed, and just include information about your occupation. So if you're a student, just put student, and then just make sure that you check your paychecks or pay stubs for whatever specific information you are. Same deal if you're working a job there, just input that information and the relevant address. And then once you've got all that filled out, it's going to ask you about associations. Now, please remember that we are not financial service advisors, so make sure you read this carefully. But basically, these questions just ask you to make sure that you're not some kind of insider trader or something, that you don't have any relation to any brokerages, or you're not some kind of an investor, big firm or something with inside information. So I'm not, so I go ahead and click no. And then that takes me to this next page over here with the core positions. So the core position is basically a fancy thing to say where you're storing all your money. This is like your digital wallet inside your bank account, where if you wanted to just treat it like a regular checkings account until you're ready to buy any stocks, indexes, funds, or anything, that would be right here. Now, they give you two choices. You can either choose the SPACs, which is basically a Fidelity fund that has a decent return and also a relatively cheap expense ratio, or you can just choose an FDIC program. I chose to go with FDIC because I want to be safe with my money. All that means is that if something were to happen, my money is secure and I'll get up to $250,000 back. And it still gets some interest, so it's not like you're not getting anything. So again, it's completely up to you. Then it's your choice whether or not you want to receive electronic documents or get stuff in the mail, and also whether or not you want to subscribe to anything. So then once you click next, you get to this part, and then it's just asking you to review and confirm. And just like that, hit confirm information if you're ready to move forward. And then it will take you to another screen to fund your account. So once you click agree, your account is set up just like that. That's right, there's nothing else that you need to do. And then they'll give you the option to go to step 4 to fund your account. Now, since I've already funded my account, my screen may look a little bit different from yours, but essentially what's on the page is the same thing. It will ask you whether or not you want to do it as an EFT or a bank wire. Electronic funds transfer, or EFT, is just one of those free ways that they link together your account by signing on or including your specific checking or routing numbers. I always go with that because I don't want to spend any extra fees. Now, it may take a few extra days, like 2 to 3 days, to get everything set up and sent over, whereas a bank wire is typically same day or next day, depending on the time that you set it up. But for me, I'm not really in a rush, so I will just set up as EFT. Now, if you want to set this up later, you can totally just click exit and not decide to set it up right away. You can make all your contributions using a check if you wanted to. But if you do set this up, what's going to happen is it's going to let you link it to a specific account, and you just created your Roth account, and then just go ahead and pick your Roth account. And after that, you want to click link new bank. You can say whether you're the owner or if you're a parent and you want to set this up for you as a custodial IRA, you can do it like that. And then you just put in the information about whether it's a checking or savings account and add the routing number, account number, and click agree and continue. And voila, you've linked your account. And if you want to, you'll have the option to state how much money you'd like to transfer initially. Now, one thing I'd like to note is that even though there is no age limit, if you're under the age of 18, you won't be able to open one up without the help of a parent or a legal guardian. So make sure you hit them up. You're just going to be doing something called a custodial IRA or a custodial Roth. And all that means is that your parents are going to set that up in your name for you, and they can help you with contributions and basically managing the account until you turn 18, and then you can take over the account for yourself. Now, if you do have any questions about this, remember, you can always reach out to Fidelity. One of the representatives would be more than happy to walk you through this. We're just doing this for funsies to show you how to get started, but we aren't financial service providers, so please take it with a grain of salt. We're just here for entertainment and educational purposes. So once you're all set up, you might be prompted to log in again. Just go ahead, log in, and then you should be taken to this portfolio screen. If not, you can find it in the accounts and trade and click on portfolio up in the top. And then you'll be taken here to your dashboard where you can see all your accounts. Now, I have a few opened, but you would just have under retirement accounts, Roth IRA, and then you can go ahead and explore all the different tabs here. We're going to save that for another video, but voila, you've just opened your Roth IRA in less than 10 minutes. Remember, if you want to do an electronic transfer online, I think the minimum balance is about $10. But if you wanted to do a smaller amount, it would just be via check. Just write yourself a check from your checking account and then cash it through the mobile check deposit option through your Fidelity app. And bada bing, bada boom, you are all ready to go. And just like that, in under 10 minutes, we got you set up and on your road to investing for your future. Thanks so much for checking out this video. This is your boy Nick again, here to try and help you figure out your next step in building wealth and just being happy. Thanks again for watching us here at Winning Lifestyles. We do really appreciate your support. And if you like this video, please do us a huge favor and smash the like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you can stay tuned to our latest episodes. Until the next one, stay safe and be happy.